yeah. Ball in my court, high step is a layup. My life like a movie, just keep moving, it's a trailer. Chefing in my kitchen, got me trying to get my cake up. I thank God for all this coming to me, not straight up. Ball in my court, high step is a layup.
I'm not a system player. I'm a system.
No. It's I'm not a system player. I'm a system player.
I'm not a system player. I'm a system player.
Shout out to James Harden. You know, he's making friends already in the Clipper land.
You see how Russ little broed him a little bit? That first thing, he's like, yo, your locker over there. And he's like, all right. He felt like he was a little kid. We just actually watched the whole press conference.
Yeah, fun stuff, man. James Harden's ready. He's ready to go. Like he was all last week. He was like, I got family problems. I'm dealing with this. I'm dealing with that. But he's ready to go as soon as that trade went through.
Yeah. He's saying that he's an individual, but there's a team, but he keeps saying individual first. I don't even know what he's talking about at that press conference, but he had some good answers though. It feels like he media trained himself.
Yeah, he better be ready to come off the bench.
How's it been being back in the basketball landscape? You've been getting some good feedback on that social media, man.
A lot of hate.
You think so?
People coming at me a little bit.
Yeah?
A little bit.
How you feel about that?
I'm ready for it. You know what I mean? I don't back down. You know, I mean, I say what I say and I mean what I mean, or, you know, so it doesn't really bother me. I'm here for the comments.
The Kyrie stuff is so interesting because I feel like when people talk about Kyrie, and I'm a little bit higher on him than you are even, but it's like nobody wants a nuanced opinion with him. Everything's polarizing, and I feel like it's because when you talk about Kyrie and you say something negative, people take that as like, oh, you're not a real hooper. But your basketball opinion doesn't make you a hooper. Being a hooper makes you a hooper.
That's true. That's what it comes down to. Like, Kyrie is this, like, his game is the most beautiful to watch. I'll get, a lot of people say that.
I think Austin Rivers said that too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's poetry. It really is. Like, you know, as a basketball player, when you play, like, someone locks you down, sometimes you feel like your rhythm is off. Like, you're moving, like, kind of like in a staccato way where it's like it's not fluid. I've never seen Kyrie like that. Even when you get him in one corner, it's like he spins out of it. He pivots away. He crosses over. Like, it's just like he misses it or he makes it. Like, I give him that. He's a beautiful player to watch, but like sometimes when you get caught up, mesmerized watching that dude, he don't give you the rock. And when things don't work out his way, he kind of pouts a little bit, you know? So
top 25 guy though.
In the league?
Yeah.
He's knocking on the door of 25, I think.
All-star level player, for sure. That means you're top 25.
I think there's 25 players better than him now.
They had him in the 30s. He is having a rough start.
Yeah. He's a tough guy to work with, bro. He's one of those guys that's good at their job, but they're kind of a tough guy to work with. Every company, every employee has somebody like that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he's good, though.
You know.
Can't take away his talent.
You know who's good? That guy, Luka. Basketball savant.
God, bro.
Yo,
skinny Luka.
Is he that skinny?
Skinny Luka. That's what they're calling him.
But he don't look that skinny, does he?
I mean, Luka's never going to look ripped, but for him, yeah. Last week he was chubby.
When I think of the words basketball savant, he's the first person I think of.
I think guys like Luka, guys like Jokic, Giannis, Wembanyama, these guys have such an advantage over American basketball players because in their country, when you're good at basketball at a young age, they go, let's focus on this. We can put school as a secondary. Like, even though people don't go hard in school, you know, here in America, like, it's still the primary thing. You have to be a student athlete. These guys become professionals in their early teens. So, like, I didn't get to become the smartest version of myself until I was like 28, 29. I started playing basketball when I was like 13. You know what I mean? I started really, really hooping with adults when I was like 16. You know, these guys are playing with adults, learning adult stuff at like 12, 13, playing professional basketball at 13. You know what I mean? Like, that's such an advantage, bro. You know, so I think that's why these guys, I mean, Luka, like, particularly, is like a savant, you know?
Yeah. Skill development got better here and overseas, but I do feel like they look at the sport more from a team aspect. Like, I played over there 9 years. Like, everything's about the team, and here more everything is about the individual. And we see that from our top stars. Like, the top NBA players that are from over the waters, right? Or even not from this country, they're more about the team than the stars that are from here. It's just, you know, the proof is in the pudding. Yeah. I mean, and the last 5 MVPs have been international players.
Yeah. I mean, we focus way too much on highlights in this country. You know, we're a country of celebrity. And I mean, that's our biggest, entertainment is like our biggest product. You know, like other countries have oil. Entertainment is our thing, you know?
I love entertainment. We're in entertainment.
I mean, I'm not knocking entertainment at all, but like, you know,
there's cameras shooting at us for a reason.
Exactly. it kind of bleeds over to everything. That's that's what it comes down to. Like, if there's great ball movement by like a team like the Spurs back in the day, or
that's beautiful basketball.
You know what I mean? It's beautiful basketball.
Mm-hmm.
That's not number one on SportsCenter. That's not highlight like Jordan Poole, double cross, heem, step back, falling out of bounds, off 1 foot with like 23 seconds on the shot clock. That's number one. That's what kids want to do, you know? And like,
and that's okay if you could still, if there's some of that sprinkled in making your team better, right?
Yeah. That guy doesn't make his team better.
I mean, we start joking around about the Harden trade, but I think I have a unique take on what's going on. I hate the word take. We got to get away from that word. But, you know, I feel like the Miami Heat dropped the ball, man. Terrible start. Their culture is set. They need talent. They had a chance to get a top 30 guy, and they didn't do it. Now, would their chances been fantastic to win an NBA championship with James Harden? No, but I also think they're lower without him. Like, I think they should have took that risk and got James Harden.
Man, no way.
Why not?
I think Pat.
They're not winning without him.
I agree. I think Pat Riley just does not mess with a guy like James Harden. Like, he is a dude that is about a certain type of principle. Like, he let LeBron walk. You know what I mean? Like LeBron, fam.
Pat Riley's about championships.
I get it.
You need
but
talent.
At the same time, I think he's the type of person who is like, I would rather lose with somebody that I don't want to win.
There's not a lot of top 30 guys just laying around ready to be picked up.
James Harden is a top 30 guy?
Yes.
No.
Yes, he's an all-star level player. So now, he used to be a top 5 guy, and he's not that anymore, but he's still a top 30 guy.
I don't know. I think I could name 35 players better than James Harden.
We're not going to do that now.
I don't have time to do that now, but I think I could.
So for the Clippers, I mean, I do think it increases their chances, even though I wanted to see them go to Miami. But it's not like it puts them in the stratosphere of the Bucks or the Celtics or, in my opinion, even the Lakers, and definitely not Denver.
Yeah, I don't think you can be successful with 4 scorers, like supreme scorers. I think that
PG-13 is so versatile. He doesn't have to be like your main guy. I just feel like that guy has no weaknesses. Right?
I agree, but I also think scoring drives him. Like, I don't think PG-13 is the type of guy, if he's not scoring, is going to be like, oh, I'm just going to lock this dude up. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's a lot of people like I was the type of person, like, my defense like got better with the more buckets that I scored.
That's everybody.
Like everybody.
Like, you got to,
you know what I mean?
You know, you got to give the big some attention with the
100%,
basketball.
you know,
play harder. Yeah.
So like I just don't think that, like, I can't see that team working out. I don't understand how they're going to work out.
From an archetype perspective, don't you think it helps getting a point guard of James Harden's level? Like we saw, especially for the first half of last season, he did a really good job of facilitating, and maybe PG-13 and Paul George don't have to be the facilitator as much and slot into their natural positions.
What the hell is Russ going to do?
Russ got to be the connective piece. Like, just do everything around them. Like, hustle, play defense, run the floor. The role is closer to than what he was with the Lakers, but that didn't really work out. But Russ is definitely the guy that's going to have to sacrifice the most here.
I think the Clippers, one of the biggest problems the Clippers have is they got too much money. Steve Ballmer is paying for anything and everything and wants a championship.
Too much money is a problem?
The problem is
More money, more
they're
problems?
pushing all their chips to the middle every year. Like, I don't think this team will ever win. Like, dog, think about the Clippers experiment. Dog, think about this.
Can I say one thing before that? It's an easy take to, I keep using the word take, man. I got to stop using that word. To say this team won't win because there's 29 teams every year that don't win. But
Okay, I understand that. But
they have a chance now.
dog,
Did their chance decrease?
No.
Okay.
I think it was a lateral move. Like,
Really?
yeah, first of all, they lose a ton of depth. Like
Cole wasn't playing. Batum's older.
I understand, but Batum is the type of dude that you're talking about Paul George is. We just need a dude to play defense, and Batum does that. You know what I mean?
What do you mean, Paul George?
I mean, you wanted Paul George to do. Like, Paul George is like a versatile guy, you know what I mean?
You can't compare the Paul George.
I know,
Yeah.
but like Paul George isn't gonna take a step back for James Harden and just play defense like a guy like Batum would.
He might fill into his role. He even admitted he's the second guy. Podcast piece.
Second guy, you're talking about 4 now, 3, 4.
No. Russ he's not above Russ.
But Russ needs to have the ball to be successful.
Do you think so?
100%. That's why he couldn't. That's why he was terrible with the Lakers. They tried to play him off the ball. Russ. That's why they were like, okay, you know what, Russ? Let's have you come off the bench. But now Russ is trying to cook with the Lakers bench, who was
But he's
awful
going to be with the
last
SoCal
year.
guys now.
Honestly, I think Russ would have been good with the Lakers this year because they have a decent bench, and he could come off the bench and do his own thing with the Gabe Vincents, who, like, what did he get, DMP last night? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being the impact guy for a championship caliber team?
So you think he's like a Heat guy?
No, I just think LeBron, any team LeBron is on is like you're creating a specific type of offense, and like if you aren't with it initially, you're not gonna fit in. Like, I think he'll get his opportunity later on throughout the year, but I just don't think it works with them yet.
I've seen LeBron drop 37.
I told you, LeBron is gonna get his numbers, bro. Like, LeBron.
We can't do the LeBron talk for 2.
No. I'm gonna say this about LeBron James, bro. Like, I'm not gonna hate on the man. I think the man is extremely gifted and has one of the greatest players to ever touch a basketball, right? And I talked about LeBron's rating and whatnot. I think on any given night, one night, like if the playoffs was the college tournament, single game elimination, I think the Lakers have a legitimate chance to win a championship. He can't do it like that for 7 games or for even 4 or 5 games. That's my biggest thing with him. That's why I think he's not as great. Like, the thing about talent isn't about one game, one moment. It's like, dog, there's dude, like I said to you earlier, Bobby Jackson had a 50-piece off the bench, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're dropping 30 a night, now you're good. But anyone can drop 40, 50, 30.
But you can't say that about LeBron because Bobby Jackson, yeah, but you can't because LeBron has been.
So you think LeBron's going to average 30 this season? Because he only averaged like 22 last season.
Yeah, but he's playing like 29 minutes a game because he's trying to pace himself to play with his sons. In my opinion.
You think his sons are going to make it to the league?
I mean,
and be talented enough to play?
Bronny's an NBA player for sure. I mean,
you think Bronny's an NBA player?
Oh yeah, for sure. There's no question. I mean, Bryce is a little bit young, but he's like he's talented. I mean, it's early to say for Bryce, but Bronny's an NBA player.
Okay.
He's of the Drew Holiday mold.
He's a great defender. I give him that.
He can shoot it.
He can shoot.
He's a crazy athlete. I mean, he's an NBA guy.
I think he's a more athletic guy than his dad.
Come on, bro. What are we doing here?
You don't think he's more athletic than his dad?
No.
Bro,
Dad is one of the greatest athletes ever. Him and Bo Jackson.
Dude, 6'1", 6'2".
What does that mean? You got to put strength into athleticism, straight line speed into athleticism.
He might be able to jump higher than his dad. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, there's people that could, like Zach LaVine at his peak jumped higher than LeBron, but he wasn't a better all around athlete than LeBron.
Okay, I'll give you that. Okay, I'll give you that. I mean, he's a super athlete. Like I've seen the kid run, jump. Like for a guy 6'2", he's moving. Like often when you see him dunk, you think he's 6'5". You know, when you see him move, when you see him block shots, get rebounds, you think he's like 6'5", 6'2".
Yeah,
like dog.
You're asking me if he's an NBA
dog,
player.
Like he's East Bay dunking in games. That's wild, bro. For a 6'2" guy, that's crazy. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah.
Like I legit, like I mean, I just don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah. Did you get to watch Wemby versus KD? That game was crazy.
It's over for KD. It's over for KD. It's over, bro. No, he's having a good
What are
season.
you talking about? He's averaging 27 on 50% shooting.
Okay. But he has to kill right now. He's got no Book, no Bradley Beal, and he's averaged an exact same, less than what he averaged last year. Like he.
Don't you think saying over is kind of a ridiculous statement?
Okay. I just think that the KD best player on the planet, top guy, I think that's over.
This is like the championship thing all over again. Like, it's always easy to say this guy's not the best player in the world. It doesn't mean he's not great. What does that mean?
Okay, so you know my opinion about KD, right? I think KD is a guy who can wake up, not stretching and put up 27. So I'm not impressed when KD averages 27. You know, I'm more impressed with all of the other things that he could potentially do to help his team win.
He's engaged on defense this season, passing the basketball, playing a little bit of that point forward role when Book's out.
What do you think the Suns are going to do this season?
I don't like the redundancy and skill set with their top three guys. Even people around the NBA tell me they're the same player, just KD happens to be 7 foot, and that makes him an all-time great.
Okay, so what do you think they're going to do?
I would say, not to go away from your question too much, that they did some great things with the pieces around them. Like Grayson Allen is a great pickup. Eric Gordon, great pickup. I think he fits them really well. I don't think they're in the legit contender mold as of now, but I think next year, if everybody could stay healthy, they'll have a great chance. It's Denver for me this year.
What do you think they're going to do next year? Let me ask you a
If they all stay
question.
together, it could be dangerous next year.
Do you
They need
think
1 year to Joe?
Do you think that they're going to win a championship? Do you think KD will win a championship before his career ends?
He's won championships.
No, before
He's the finals
another
MVP.
one. Another one.
What I told you is it's always easy to say that some person's not going to win a championship because 29 teams don't win a championship every year.
Bro, so you can say that about any championship
Did
that's
I
ever
stump
been
you?
played. No. You can say that about any single championship. Like I'm asking, like we talk about winning chips. That's the number one thing everybody talks about now.
It's going to be tough this year.
So now when people don't win, you say, well, 29 teams had a chance, you know, like one team only wins.
Nah, I think for like a Giannis, it's like a championship or bust type of year because you brought in Dame. For me, it's not championship or bust for the Suns. I know from their perspective it might be, but I don't think they're on the same tier as Denver, Bucks, Celtics.
I ain't talking about this season, right? I'm talking about KD's career. Do you think he'll win another championship?
I think you got a chance with this team, not this year, but next year if they stay healthy. They need a year to gel. Chemistry is not microwavable, you heard?
Bro, I don't understand how these dudes are so great. They're considered so great, and they have so much talent, and then they lose, and we give them excuses. Come on, fam.
What's the excuse? They're not even healthy right now, first of all. What's the excuse?
If KD, what was his excuse at Brooklyn?
You tell me.
No, I'm not like
Bro,
people
they
don't
play-
kill him.
the big
People
three-
don't kill him like they should be killing him.
Big Three played like 15 games together.
It don't matter. Whose fault is that? You brought
Not
it together.
KD's fault. KD hooped.
Dog, you asked for this team.
KD
You
played
brought you and Kyrie was whispering in each other's ears in the tunnel, bringing this team together. Oh, let's call James, man. Let's get James.
That's
in here.
not what they were talking
That's
about,
what they was
bro.
talking about. Let's get James, bro. Let's do let's do our own Miami Big Three thing.
They weren't saying- nobody
Yes,
said
they
that.
were. They were saying some shit like that, bro.
Your sources.
And I don't know. My source is what I see. My eyes. That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying they were conspiring together. Let me get my team. Let me do this. Blah blah. And what happened? They all cried their way off the team, bro. Like, I don't think they get enough heat for that. I don't think so. I hate on LeBron. If LeBron had done that shit, bro, the media would have crushed that dude, bro. Crushed him, and I would have been number one.
So you're admittingly a hater of LeBron.
I hate on LeBron. I do. I hate on him. Bro, he's just not my cup of tea. But I respect him. I respect the dude.
Who is your cup of tea?
You know who it is. Kobe, boy. All right,
Come on, man. I'm talking about current basketball players.
Man, it's tough, bro. I don't really like that many players. I loved Klay.
You like Giannis. You like Giannis.
I do like Giannis.
You like Wemby?
He's too. I don't know yet. I mean, I like what I see
different.
so far.
That guy's
but
different.
Yeah, I like what I see so far. But I don't like, part of liking someone is their mentality, all that, how they overcome adversity.
Hey, so I mean, he's been coming off to slow starts and then killing second half.
No, I agree.
That shows a lot.
Like, yeah.
So Shaq,
but like, that's like he's still in the phase where like he can't really go wrong. You know what I mean?
I don't know, bro. I mean, Scoot's going wrong right now, and people are getting on him. Even you're getting on him.
Oh yeah, you're right about that. But I didn't think Scoot was gonna be good anyways. But like, it doesn't matter. Scoot is gonna be under the shadow of Wemby, regardless. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because everyone's gonna talk about Wemby, like generational talent. And I think that like
I was talking about Brandon Miller a lot more than Scoot, but that's just me.
You think he's gonna be talented?
Oh,
He's
Brandon
coming off
Miller.
the bench right now, right?
Brandon Miller's tough. I mean, I liked him when he was like in the late first round of the boards before the season. Like, I'm like, this guy should be lottery, easily. And then, that showed up. But I always knew I was a prophet, but I couldn't find a decent job. Who said that?
I don't know.
Jay-Z. Okay.
I don't fuck with
Shaq had something interesting to say, and he was alluding to that. What's the difference between Bol and Wemby? And my thing is like court awareness, bro. And I love Bol, but Wemby's feel and court awareness is on a whole other level than Bol.
Yeah, I agree with that. Also, I think even like the extended version of that take was he answered the question by saying like Bol just doesn't play as hard.
Okay, that's huge though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That is literally like that's a skill now these days. Like you can like Tristan Thompson is still in the NBA. He still has a contract. And then somehow he's doing some ESPN stuff. I see him everywhere. I thought he was retired by now.
Well,
that dude is still he's still in the league.
When he didn't have a job, he was with ESPN. Correct.
I understand, but he back in the league. His only skill set is hard work. And you can see it when he's out, off the court too. He got a job.
So you think that's the biggest difference between Wemby and Bol? I think there's a lot of differences.
No, I think that like
I think there's more to looking at two players than watching highlights too.
I agree, and like and people always compare people because of like the archetype, like how skinny they are, how tall they are, and what they do and whatnot. I think they're completely different players, but like there's got to be something wrong with Bol because everybody says he's really, really good and he never plays. Like, I hear how talented this dude is all the time. Like, I remember Paolo Banchero was on a podcast talking about how talented he was. Like,
they do the same thing with Beasley players.
Michael Beasley.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
there's always players like that.
Yeah.
The players love. I mean, Cam Reddish is, I don't know if it's opportunity or him, but sometimes, like, you have to look at the player eventually, right? And some people do get into bad situations. It's like, it's hard to figure out sometimes what it is. Is it the player or just the situations they've been in?
Yeah. No, I think I don't know what his situation is, but he left. Where was he? He was in Denver initially, right? And they were talking about how good he was, but he wasn't playing because of he was behind Michael Porter Jr. and all this stuff. So they got him away from Denver to a rebuilding team, Orlando, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, he's gonna flourish out there."
He did. He had his times. Like he was playing good at times. He was doing his thing.
At times, he doesn't get minutes.
Well, no, I mean Magic. He had some moments. Like he was playing really well. Like,
he had some highlights. The guy doesn't get minutes.
If you actually watched him play, like I watched him play a lot. I was actually covering the Magic at that time. Like he was playing good defense. He was playing with confidence. He just, for some reason, as you said, like he can't get consistent opportunity, and I don't know why that is. And I liked him from college. Like when he was playing in college, and I think even if his college minutes were limited, maybe because of injury, like he looked like the best player on the court by far at Oregon.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I shout out to Orlando if anybody's watching them besides you covering them, like, because I'd never see them dudes, man. They are never on national television. I don't know how you covered them. You must have league
The Believe
pass.
Network. The Believe Network.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, man,
A
they're never
podcast
on
network.
TV, bro. That team is.
Oh no, they're really interesting now.
I know.
Like they're led by
bro.
2-point forward type players.
I kind of like their talent. Like from what I've seen of Paolo Banchero, I like him. I think he's having a slow start this season though.
You know what it is?
Numbers.
He kind of think about when you have to play a position, and then you change your role for an entire summer. Then you have to get back to your star role.
Yeah,
And that's what happened. Like he was playing like that small ball. He's not small, but he was playing like the small ball 5 type role with Team USA. And now he has to get back to that star role.
Yeah.
When Franz with his national team,
he was like the star.
he was able to just go.
He's the second guy.
You know,
right?
So I actually think those two guys are going to be the leader, and there's going to be a debate on who their guy is. Like I don't even see really a Batman and Robin. I see like 2 stars on the same team where you can't even tell who's who. Not saying they're Kobe and Shaq, but remember when there was that debate?
Yeah.
I think that's going to be them too.
We'll see, but I mean they're in Orlando, so ain't nobody gonna see actually.
Nah. If they start winning, yeah, people will see.
When's the last time you seen an Orlando game on national television? Steve Francis? Cap Mobley?
But if they start winning. All right, man. Let's get into your little pop conversation you want to get, because you want to stay hating on LeBron for the whole episode. So, how are we going to rev this up? How are we going to start this one up?
So I think coaching and environment plays a huge part in success.
This guy put it on his narrator voice.
Nah, I'm just trying to let you know how I feel. And I think that doesn't get enough credit, right? One of my favorite players, or my favorite player of all time, as you know, is Kobe Bryant, right? And I think Kobe's legacy, there's a component in Kobe's legacy that people don't often talk about, right? That was, a hindrance to his success, and he still was successful. That was, he played with Phil Jackson, one of the greatest coaches of all time. But Phil was a manipulator. A lot of people don't know. Phil threw Kobe under the bus. Phil used Kobe against the team often, right? Phil went to the media and created a lot of that Shaq versus Kobe narrative, right? Kobe went through different coaches, different teammates that all hated him, like or didn't disliked him, right? And I mean that's part of his thing as well.
What's
too.
the common denominator? Like how we were trying to figure out Bol.
Yeah, I mean I don't know if that's what it is with Bol. I don't think people don't like it. Do you think that's the case?
I don't know. That's I don't really know. I don't know why he's not getting a more opportunity.
Yeah, I don't know that either. But back to my topic.
How does he fit in the constructs of a team? I think,
know?
With Bol, I think it's how does he fit within the constructs of a team on a winning team? And I think that role is 6th man for him, but that's a whole other topic. Go ahead.
Yeah. So one quote Kobe said was he was always jealous of Tim Duncan because Tim Duncan had structure for 20 years.
They say jealousy is a female's trait.
Stop. Everybody's jealous.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
I'm not jealous, but go ahead.
But he was jealous of envious of Tim Duncan because he had structure around him the entire time. He had the same coach the entire 20 years. He had essentially the same team, right? You talk about, it takes time to build chemistry. How much chemistry can you build if you stay with the same pieces for a significant amount of time, right? And I think Kobe's been in a very unique situations where he's been one of the best players on the team and never talked to any teammates. Like I remember he had a quote one time saying that Dennis Rodman was the greatest teammate he's ever had. This is early on in his career because he did everything he needed to do and we never talked. Right? He was the perfect teammate. I think he said he called him, right? That changed. Kobe obviously, became like, very connected with his teammates and stuff in the second half of his career. But I think it's an interesting point where structure, coaching, familiarity makes things so much easier to build off of, right? And Kobe had a lot of destruction in his career where they had to rebuild, reestablish stuff, and despite all of that, was still really successful. So it brings up this topic where I asked the question, who do you think would be more successful? Kobe Bryant with Pop having a structure like that, or LeBron James with Pop having that same structure?
Need more context. Who's their teammates? How's the team built?
Regardless, like built similar to the way the Spurs organization's built, like building around a piece. Like, so you think about putting the best pieces around each player that are available.
I think LeBron is a better basketball player than Kobe, so I would go with LeBron.
I think I go with Kobe. You know, I think that Kobe would work much better with structure like that. And I think LeBron had structure in Miami and was running from it. You know?
I think Kobe's an artist, though.
I agree. But I think Kobe is also the type of person who loved getting taught. He called Michael Jordan incessantly to learn about the most minute details at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Neither guy gets to the level they get to without learning.
No, I agree. But like Kobe I think loved to be coached, you know? And I think LeBron loves to be the coach.
But that would be accumulated knowledge between Pop and LeBron. Think about that. Two of the smartest minds in basketball history.
I agree, but I don't think LeBron likes that type of structure. I think like LeBron, you know, I don't know. Pop's also the type of person that likes to control the situation as well too. I don't know how much Pop lets LeBron go off on, go on his own. Like, I mean, Tony Parker was. I mean, think about a guy like Manu Ginobili. I think I personally, I've said Manu Ginobili is James Harden if he had his own team.
So you
prime Ginobili, like I'm talking about.
I love Ginobili, but you think Ginobili could have a team like the Rockets and put up numbers like James Harden?
At Ginobili's peak, I'm talking Olympic Ginobili. You remember that dude? You remember Argentina champion?
Ginobili was that nice.
That dude was like, you talk to any shooting guard in that era, they were like, yo, toughest after Kobe, toughest guy to cover. He was awkward, bro. If he got his numbers,
great. He was great. Just James Harden was a better shooter. And the ability
I agree with that.
Yeah. The ability to, get into that and get his shot off was uncanny. Like, he could drop 50 so easily in his prime. I don't know if Ginobili could do that on any team. And Ginobili was dead nice. Like, I love Ginobili.
Who could drop 50 on the Spurs? Who? Tim Duncan could do. Like, nobody could drop 50 on the Spurs.
Right.
That's just how the system was. It was not built for anyone to drop 50.
Morey ball, like, they juiced the numbers. Like, it was,
100%.
Yeah,
like Jeremy Lin was dropping 40 something on.
They took it to the extreme in the bubble where they didn't even have a big man anymore.
Exactly.
They just went 5-out spacing.
I'm telling you, bro, Ginobili, I promise you, man, that dude would have been James Harden for like 2-3 seasons.
Yeah, I mean,
Ginobili was nasty, bro. Like literally.
Ginobili
nasty.
obviously fit within the constructs of a system better than Harden ever did, but Harden at his peak was better than Ginobili. I mean, because Harden was undoubtedly a top 5 NBA player at one point. Like, you always had the LeBrons and Stephs and KDs, but like when Harden was in his prime, he was that 4th or 5th guy.
Yeah, I agree, but like I think Ginobili could have been. Like, that dude sacrificed so much in his career to play on the Spurs. Got 4 chips out of it, but still, like came off the bench his whole career. Dude is a bona fide starter. Like,
oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, dude, if he was the top guy on his team, like, he was putting up numbers for Argentina, bro. Putting up numbers, like, to the point where Kobe begged Coach K to be like, yo, can I guard him?
Wait, I think there's an argument that Ginobili was their second best player, right?
No, Tony Parker was, but
I don't know about that.
There's an argument, but I mean, Tony Parker.
I personally like Ginobili over Parker.
I do too, but
Yeah.
I'm saying Tony Parker was allowed to be their second best player You know,
Yeah, the system called for that.
Yeah, the call for
Yeah.
that. Like at one point, Tony Parker was their best player with Tim Duncan there. You know, towards the end of his career. So like I don't know. I just think that the way Greg Popovich wanted to run the offense, it led towards more opportunities for Tony Parker. I think Tony Parker is great too. You know what I mean? I think both those guys are crazy underrated players.
And both Harden and Ginobili, both lefties too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Two of the greatest lefties ever, for sure.
Yeah.
And there we have it. Episode 3. He's with us. With Ash and Combo.
What we got next week, yo?
We got Knicks talk. We got all kinds of people that are with us. So if he's with us, tag him in the comments. We're out.